Hi there, it's Hélène with another video. This time it is a Pan That Palette intro. I know, I'm actually going to pan a palette. I'm a little bit freaked out by it. If you want to know what palette and what my plans are, then stick around. Alright, now if you looked at the thumbnail, you already know which palette I'm talking about. It is the Smashbox Shapematters Eyes, and in this case it is the Matte Exposure palette. I will show you the inside. Now it comes with a nice brush, but what we care about are the shadows, and let me just get this so I don't blind you. It has, if you're just curious, it has a mirror. I just want to make sure that I don't blind you here. Okay, so this is the palette in question. As you'll see, there are rust colors, there are plum colors, and then there are a bunch of neutrals. This is a palette that I got used, and because of it, it has a different feel for me than any other palette that I have. Now I have purchased some palettes used, but they had not been used. They were a second ownership, but the person had never used the palette. I guess it was a purchase and a regret and they couldn't return it or whatever. And they've always been authentic and I've done my research and whatnot. But this one, for some reason, I purchased it used, and it's a big regret of mine because I don't have the same affinity for this palette as I do for example, the sister to this palette, which is the Shapematters Face palette. So here is my plan with this palette. All I care about panning are the nude shades. So what that means is the two big guys in the middle, these two here, and this one here. Maybe even the partner next to it. Now if I'm doing a smoky eye, I'll also use this one as a base. So the idea that I have for this is to use those neutrals as a base for any look that I am doing out of any other palette. So when I do my eye primer, I would use one of the shades in this palette to basically set my eyeshadow primer before I go and do another look. So it will be my go-to to set my eyeshadow. That's the deal. If at the end of it all, I think that there are some pans in this palette that I'm interested in keeping, then I will depot them at that time. But I just want to get more use out of this palette, and I was considering just flat out decluttering it, but I already use a neutral shadow every single day to set my eyeshadow, so I don't see why I would not use this palette instead. Since I have it, I don't have to buy anything, I don't have to use up a neutral in a palette that I really like, that I would like to keep intact and not have pan in, because I find pan to be rather unattractive, but I find this palette already unattractive because it's been used by somebody else. Call me picky, but I think I would feel different if it were from a friend or a family member, but in this case it was a stranger, and I did completely, sanitize the palette with alcohol and all that good stuff, but it just will never feel to me like a nice palette that I appreciate. And maybe I'm just a spoiled brat, but that's how I feel, and at least I'm going to make some use out of this as opposed to ignoring it. So it is very early October. I have no idea how long it's going to take me, but I will do a progress picture either every month or every couple of months when I think that there is some progress to show. And I will also keep progress pictures every month along the way. If you are curious to know more about it, if I haven't answered all your kind of curiosity questions right up front, please leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you like my rolling project pan projects overall, please consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. Thank you for your time in listening to this intro today. I appreciate it very much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video and hopefully a decent update. But for now, take care.